Top 10 amazing prehistoric predators from before the dinosaurs. Gorgonopsid. The Gorgonopsid was an early species of mammal-like reptile. It lived in the Permian era and was the first predator to evolve saber teeth. Anomalocaris. Anomalocaris was the world's first super predator. It lived in the Cambrian Ocean half a billion years ago and preyed upon trilobites. Pulmonoscorpius. The Pulmonoscorpius were giant scorpions that lived in the Carboniferous era and reached 50 to 70 centimeters. Fossils of this creature have been found in Scotland. The reason why they were so large is because the oxygen level was much higher than it was today.
7.
Hyneria. Hyneria was an early prehistoric predatory lobe-finned fish that lived during the Devonian period around 360 million years ago. It is a very large fish, estimated at 2.5 meters in overall length. Its skull had heavy, ornamented dermal bones, and its lower jaw was relatively long and shallow. Its body was also covered by cycloid scales.
6.
Helicoprion. Also known as the spiral saw, this shark-like cartilaginous fish first arose in the oceans of the late Carboniferous era. However, the only surviving evidence of its existence was a tight, curled-up coil of triangular teeth. This bizarre structure was attached to the bottom part of its jaw, though how it was used still remains a mystery to today.
5.
Opabanea. Considered one of the strangest creatures to have ever lived. It had 30 legs, 30 flippers, a nose like an elephant's trunk, and a lobster-like claw attached to its mouth, which it used to grab prey.
4.
Mesotheliae. Mesotheliae was a large spider the size of a human head. Unlike modern spiders, it did not make the iconic orb web, but would rather hide in burrows in the ground like a trapdoor spider. If a prey item stepped on one of its silk trip lines, it would then be ambushed by the spider and killed. Then it would be dragged into the burrow for feeding.
3.
Stephacanthus. An extinct species of prehistoric shark, Stephacanthus, or chest spike, was about 6 feet long, with a strange looking back growth on nails. This small protrusion or ironing board could have been used to frighten away larger predators.
2.
Meganeura. The Meganeura was an eagle-sized dragonfly that lived during the late Carboniferous period to the early Permian period. Some scientists believe it might have been the largest flying insect to have ever existed, with its wingspan of up to 2 to 2.5 feet. Meganeura spent the majority of its life in the air, only landing to mate, lay eggs, seek shelter from storms, and sometimes to eat its prey.
1.
Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus was a large placoderm fish that lived in the late Devonian period, around 380 to 360 million years ago. It grew to around 10 meters long and was the top predator of its time. It was very different to normal fishes as it was covered in bony armor plates, and instead of having teeth, it had a ridge of bone, more like a beak. There you have it, my top 10 prehistoric predators from before the dinosaurs. Wait, don't go yet, I have a surprise! Imagine a game where you could create amazing creatures just like the ones I just showed you. Well, there is hope, and no, I am not talking about Spore. I am talking about Thrive. To quote Oliver I, a developer of the game, Thrive is a game that aims to simulate the evolution of a species from cell to spacefaring in both a fun and scientifically accurate way. It would be great if you could check it out and spread the word of it around. I will put the link to the main site in the description below.